Hey guys and gals, what a spectacular Sunday afternoon. What a spectacular Sunday afternoon. You see anything like this? Look at that lake out there. Dead calm, dead calm. Look at that. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. You could be sitting in the front of a bass boat right now. It'd be fantastic. You'd be sitting back there in a crappie boat. It'd be fantastic. You'd be sitting out in the yard under a shade tree, or sitting somewhere on a dock with a pole in your hand, sitting in a tree stand with a bow in your hand, or a muzzleloader here in Oklahoma. Muzzleloading season is open right now. Wherever you are, I hope you're having an absolutely great time. I know one thing. This is a great Sunday for me. I'm getting ready to go down to Whitesboro, Texas. I'll be leaving here in about 15 minutes at the most. Going down to Whitesboro, Texas. Going to stop on the way and rinse my Ranger boat off, my Shell Rotella Ranger 221R. And I just got a brand new Tracker 195, is what entered into my mind there. But I have my Shell Rotella boat with me there at Whitesboro, First Baptist Church, Whitesboro. The event this evening is 5 o'clock until 7:30, 5:30 till 7:30 maybe. Anyway, we have a great big giant wild game feast here. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I had a bowl of cereal is what I've had today because I'm just waiting to eat all of that deer meat and quail and fish and just all kinds of good stuff. We're going to have a big fish fry there. It's going to be a tremendous evening. I'll be speaking down there. I'll be talking a little bit about fishing. Be talking a lot about my faith in God and how God works in my life on a daily basis and the things that God is always doing in my life. It's just amazing to me that God is always working in my life. Absolutely. We'll be there, I think, 5 o'clock until 7:30 this evening. Stop. I'm going to rinse my boat off. I'll have my boat there if you want to look and see the boat that I fish out all the time. That boat will be for sale really here pretty quickly also. So you need a new Ranger boat. I've got a couple of them for sale right now. I wanted to talk about real quick right in the first of this Sunday afternoon is our pecans. You can start ordering pecans. I've been getting calls and texts and messages through social media every single day. Go to jimmyhouston.com. Might not be able to get that today, but it'll be up this week sometime. jimmyhouston.com, or you can call 918-457-5115. 918-457-5115. If you want to order pecans, we kept the prices the same as they've been the last 2 or 3 years. We might be the only thing in the whole country that's the same price as it was for the last 2 or 3 years. Most things are double what they were about 3 years ago. But we kept our prices the same on pecans, which is really, really difficult to do in this day and time. I can guarantee one thing, though, irrespective of the price, they are absolutely, absolutely the best tasting pecans you will ever take because they're going to be fresh. They're not frozen. We will not ship you any frozen pecans once we have the pecans all harvested and taken care of this year. And we've shipped out what we ship out through the mail order. We sell the rest to the pecan processors. That's where we sell most of our pecans. We've got several hundred pecan trees here on Twin Eagle Ranch, maybe as many as 1,000. I'm not really sure. Never counted them. Never counted them, and I won't count them. I'd lose track, sure as the world. I'd get up to 384, 385. I'd lose track. I'd start all over again. 1, 2, 3. No telling how many times I might have to do that. But anyway, you can start ordering Jimmy Houston Twin Eagle Ranch pecans. Always fresh. They will be the best tasting pecans you have ever tasted. We'll be shipping those probably toward the end of this month, early November, and we'll ship them all the way probably through the end of December, maybe a week or two in January. It just sort of depends on when that pecan harvest is all over and they quit hauling. We've got to get them over there before they quit hauling. So, but you can order pecans, and I promise you, many of you have ordered pecans now for several years, but they're absolutely the best tasting pecans. What a tremendous Christmas gift to give. What a great Thanksgiving gift to give people for Thanksgiving. You know, you're thankful that they're your friends. You're thankful that they're in your family, and what a great Thanksgiving gift. What a great thing to take over for your Thanksgiving dinner that you may go eat with family and friends or grandma and granddad or mom and dad. And I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving's a big family deal at our house, as is Christmas, and I'm really looking forward to it myself. I don't eat nearly as much as I used to. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know, but I love to eat. I love pecan pies. It'd be a great gift for Thanksgiving as well, and while you're giving a gift, make sure you give yourself a gift. I've had a really, really busy week this last week, 7 or 8 or 9 straight days on the road, working pretty much every single day. I've been in Arkansas and Missouri and Texas and New York City and Oklahoma working. I was over at the Ranger Advantage Tour. If you ever get a chance to take a tour of the Ranger plant in Flippin, Arkansas and see how a Ranger boat is made, you will see why they are the Rolls Royce of the bass boat industry, why they are heads and shoulders above everything else, why they have a better resale value than any other bass boat out there. The Ranger boat plant tour that they have over there is amazing. This was the Ranger Advantage Tour where we bring in all of the dealers from all around the country and all the people. Johnny Morse was there from Bass Pro Shop. Hank Parker was there. Larry Nixon was there. Charlie Evans. Skeet Reese, many of the great pros that run Ranger. I could just start naming and would leave somebody out for sure. Quite a few more than just that handful I mentioned, but they were there at that meeting, and people got to drive all the new boats, look at the new boats, look at all the improvements they put on the boats that we currently drive. I've got a Ranger boat getting ready to order right now. I usually have that boat in order by now, but I've just been so busy, haven't even had time to order a new boat. Isn't that terrible? But that Ranger Advantage tour, Monday, Tuesday this week, I had to leave over Tuesday evening and catch a plane and fly to New York City. That's right, New York City. I've been in Times Square the last 2 or 3 days. I saw a picture of that NASDAQ deal where they have us up there, me up there holding a big old bass on the NASDAQ, one of those big 150 or 200 foot tall signs. And I watched a little bit. It never came up while I was there. It's on 3 different rolls of deal that goes up, but each one of them is 12 minutes long. So when it hits those in there, it comes up every 12 minutes on that particular row. But I guess it comes up every 36 minutes. And I just didn't want to wait that long. So I watched a little bit. I was wanting to get a little video of it. I shot a little video while I was there. I'll share that with y'all sometime this week probably. But Times Square is amazing. People everywhere, a lot of immigrants on Times Square all over, and they seem to have a lot of money. Is what they seem to have. So, but anyway, there's a lot of them all over New York City. New York City was just hustling and bustling like it is. We stayed at the Hard Rock. I was there on a Sustainable Green Team conference. The Sustainable Green Team are the people that make the product called Living Garden, Living Lawn, Living Mulch, Deer Soil, a product that will absolutely change the world. Actually, it's a soil or a dirt, and we'll heal the soil. We're healing the soil on the land. We'll heal the soil around the year, around the whole world. This is one of the greatest things that ever happened to conservation in the United States is the Sustainable Green Team products. It's just absolutely amazing. Holds 80 to 90% of the water, actually mixes hydrogen and oxygen in the ground and creates water in the ground. You can literally, and we are literally growing gardens in the desert with this soil product. It's something you want to put in your plants, you want to put in your gardens, you want to put in your fields. It will probably it's a disrupting product, may even replace fertilizer in the entire world. And the plants, the cows, the chickens, the lambs, the pigs, everything that are eating the food that comes off of land are going to be bigger and better for you. It's going to be a product that might even get rid of a lot of the diseases that we have, because so much of the food we put in our bodies have chemicals in it. There's no chemicals in this whatsoever. This is organic soil, and on top of all that, it's going to be less expensive than using some of the other stuff you've used and using fertilizer. And get this, I made a deal with them this week. I've been working with this company for several months now, learning more and more and more. The more I learn, the more excited I get about working with them. Sustainable Green Team, remember that. I made a deal with them. The very first place in the United States that's going to be selling the waterless garden and various products is Jimmy Houston Outdoor Store. That's right, Jimmy Houston Outdoor Store. Probably within the next week or two, we will have waterless garden in the Jimmy Houston Outdoor Store. I suggest that if any of y'all drive by that store on Lake Tenkiller, many of y'all stop. We have a really good business there. And if you're going to do any winter gardening, if you're going to have any plants in the house for the winter, or maybe somebody bought you some flowers, you want to keep those flowers alive, put them in a pot, put some of that waterless garden in there, and just watch and see what happens. You'll absolutely be amazed. It's the amazing soil product that's ever been developed. And there's no chemicals in it like it's in with a lot of the other growing materials that you have. It's all got a lot of chemicals in it. No chemicals whatsoever. And but we spent a couple of days up there in New York City, as in Times Square. Stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel, a beautiful hotel. Lots of stuff up there. The prices are just out of sight. Guys and girls, if you think things are expensive in Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas, go to New York City. Everything seems a bargain down here. Everything seems a bargain. Pecans are a bargain, without a doubt with that, holding this price the same as they've been the last 2 or 3 years. I was up at Delisi on Saturday morning. Yesterday morning for the big Rock the Block party. I was up there working for Shell Rotella. I had my Expressway Ram truck up there, as well as my Shell Rotella 521 Ranger boat, Mercury motor. And by the way, if you have not entered the Mercury motor giveaway, go to jimmyhouston.com or look on some of our videos. We've got a link there where you can a barcode where you can, not a barcode, but anyway, that little deal you scan with your phone, whatever that thing's called, QR code. The QR code, you can scan and enter that. It will win up to a 300 horsepower Mercury motor, up to a 300 horsepower Mercury motor. And if you don't need something that's that big, you can win up to, you can put 100 or 150 or 175 or 250 on it, whatever you want, up to a 300 horsepower motor, $32,000. Be sure and enter under Jimmy Houston's name because we're having a contest with Bill Dance and Hank Parker, and we see who can get the most entries into this contest, and it runs all the way up until right before the Bassmaster Classic, and the two losers will get a pie in the face from the winner of that, who gets the most entries. So I'm looking forward to putting a pie in the face of Bill Dance and Roland Martin. So if you haven't entered that Mercury contest, be sure and enter. You only win one time, so everybody's got the exact same equal chance, And like I said, I will be at Whitesboro here just a little bit later this evening. At Whitesboro, I went to church this morning without Chris. She's over at Jamie and Sherry's this week. And while I was out running around, I haven't seen her since Tuesday night. I went and spent the night with her there, and then flew to New York City really, really early the next morning. And but Jamie's bringing her down here. He's on the way down with her right now, as a matter of fact. So when I get back from First Baptist Church, Whitesboro, Texas, which is between Sherman and Denison, Texas, is where, no, I mean Sherman and Gainesville, Texas. So if you're anywhere within a couple hours from there, you get in your car and you got time to go over there and have a tremendous wild game feast over there tonight. Tremendous wild game feast over there. But Jamie is bringing Chris down here, and Jamie and I are going to fish together tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it. Probably more excited than he is, but I don't get to fish with my son and daughters nearly as much as I used to. I just don't get to fish as much as I used to. But we got a lot of filming lined up for this month. I don't have another personal appearance come up until I think the 20th of the Land and Sea Show up in Connecticut. And well, I think maybe right before I go down there, we'll go to the new Bass Pro Shop store that will be opening, I believe, November 20. I think it's right. It's on that Wednesday night that week, St. Augustine, Florida, right south of Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Florida. I'll be there. Roland Martin will be there. I think Bill Dance will be there also, is what I've been told. Now, we just never know about Bill, but I think he'll be there. Be a lot of pros there. It'll be an incredible grand opening. All 10% or 20% of all the money that's spent there that night will go into conservation for that area. So make plans to be at that Bass Pro Shop store. And if you're going to be at the Land and Sea Show in Connecticut the next day or two, like the 21, 22 or something like that of November, I'll be there with Roland Martin and Michael Weichscarver, and we'll just be having a great time. And so if that's a show, you have to be a dealer to go. But if you are going to be at that show, be sure to come by the Booyah Clean. Booyah Clean is pretty much taking over the boat cleaning business all over the country because it's environmentally safe. It's the only one that has the Safer Choice ratings where you can wash your boat right in your marina slip, right up on a boat lift or whatever on the boat ramp, pull it out and load it on, and rinse it into the water. All the others are banned. That's the only one that has the safe. An EPA and his Mike Weiscarver have been years getting that done, but it's the only one. And pretty much everybody are switching over to Booyah Clean boat cleaners. They have a whole line of them. Fiberglass boats, aluminum boats. So we'll be there. So if you're at that Land and Sea Show, be sure and come by and visit with Roland Martin and I. The new shows on Jimmy Houston Outdoors will begin the last weekend in December, the first week in January. We'll be filming quite a few shows this in the next month or two. We'll be filming as long as it stays nice here around Oklahoma and Arkansas, Missouri, Texas, Louisiana. And then as it cools off, if we don't get all the shows done, we're going to be going down to Alabama and Georgia. I'm going to probably go down there and fish with Richard Jean, the fishing machine again. I got another buddy of mine down there, Roger Drake, and we're going to be doing some live bait fishing as well, I believe. Probably we'll go on down in Florida and fish maybe around the Tampa area. Might fish with Misty Wells down there a little bit. Might fish with my buddy. I might fish with the Sustainable Green Team people. I do want to go by one of their deals down there and shoot a video about all of the Sustainable Green Team product that we've got built over there. They got $300 million worth of product built and ready to ship out here just really, really quickly. Jimmy Houston Outdoor Store is going to be the first place you can buy that anywhere in America. So we'll be filming down there until maybe all the way through the month of December till we get all these shows done that are on next year's television series. We will begin back on ESPN2 either the last Saturday in December or the first Saturday in January. I don't know which. We'll be on there for the first couple of quarters on there this year on ESPN2. I think we're on there at 7:30 Eastern time, so it'll be 6:30 here in the Central time zone. As you go further west, it gets a little bit earlier. So be sure and set that to record if you're not going to be able to watch on that Saturday morning. Set and record all of the Jimmy Houston Outdoor shows. We'll be on the Discovery Channel for a few weeks as well. We will be on the Hunt Channel. We'll be on the World Fishing Network, WFN. We'll be on Pursuit, which is the largest outdoor channel out there. That's just total outdoors. We'll be on the Heartland Network down in the Southeast. We'll be down in the Texas area on what used to be AT&T Sports Southwest. It's called Space City Network right now. It's a game where all the Houston Astros and the Rockets and all the sports channels. We're on there 4 or 5 days a week. We're on the Pursuit Network, I think, 4 days a week. So you'll be able to catch Jimmy Houston Outdoor with her in our 48th year on national television. 48th year on national television. Fishing in the fall is going to be great. I'm going to be doing a lot of it. I'm really, really pumped up about fishing this fall. The main key with fishing in the fall is watch that water temperature. The fishing is going to begin to get a little bit better as that water temperature cools off. Still pretty warm here in southern Oklahoma, but once it gets down to 65, from there on until it gets down to 58 is going to be the best fishing. As it gets closer and closer to 58, it will peak out the very best fishing around 58 degrees. Keep in mind that 58 degrees may not stay there very long. If you get in a bad cold front, that 58 might go to 55 or 50 real quickly, depending on where you are in the country. But you want to watch that water temperature, get out there and start fishing, and watch where your bait fish are. Mostly shad in the south. Follow those shad. The shad are ganging up in the river areas right now, but they're mostly out in the main part of it. They're in the main part of the lake around the mouths of coves and bays and stuff. As the water cools, they're going to move up in those bays and coves. Watch for those shad. Follow those shad. In the late in the evening, early in the morning, they're going to be up top of the water. You'll be able to see a lot of schooling fish type action. You can use topwater baits and stuff up there. Your best baits to fish for them, if you're going to fish around those: spinner baits, chartreuse and white spinner baits, nickel blades, probably better than gold blades. Buzz baits are work very good. Square bills, like little Lucky Strike square bills, they work extremely well. And then the scrounger, our Lucky Strike scrounger, which has kind of been a tournament fisherman's secret for many years. A lot of them don't talk about that too much, but it's a bait. It's got a little rubber deal on the front of it, kind of like a blade type deal, but it's not a blade. And it's a jig. You put a swim bait on, like a Lucky Swim, or put a Lucky Crawl, something back there on the back of it, and that bait's got a tremendous amount of action. It wobbles back and forth as you bring it in. They make a lot of sizes. The smaller sizes work great for crappie, white bass. The bigger sizes clear up to a ½ ounce, 3/4 ounce. Really big ones you fish down deep in a lot of lakes where you have currents. The current lakes, like the Tennessee River and places like that, where they draw a lot of current day by day, they've been the dynamite bait down there for years. It's one of the pros, bait they don't talk about a whole lot. Best kept secrets, the Lucky Strike scrounger. All of those baits are going to be good during the fall of the year. Remember that what they're feeding on mostly is shad, smaller bass. A lot of the smaller bass are just like a nice good bite for a big old bass now. So shad, smaller bass, smaller crappie. So you want to use silver type, white type baits, black and white, silver and white, shiny baits, imitating shad. And the fishing is going to be fantastic. We've had such a late summer. We're probably going to all of a sudden somewhere go from warm, and I think we're supposed to set a record here tomorrow. It's supposed to be about 90 degrees here in southern Oklahoma tomorrow. And Jamie and I are going to be out there fishing. It's supposed to be real windy too. Wind's just now picking up as I'm talking. The wind's starting to blow. So I want to get off of here before we really get messed up on this audio with the wind. Dead calm when I was out here, so I don't even have a microphone on. But the fishing ought to be great. Get out there, go fishing, have fun. Be sure and order your pecans. Fish lucky, and remember, I sure do love you.